everybody. Welcome back to A Focus on Business. I got the dude in the house tonight that if you are even thinking about opening up a restaurant, a bar, all that, this is the man you need to talk to because they will carry you from A to Z and save you a lot of headaches. So I've got Jason Scholfield. He is from the Hive, Virtual Operations Consultants.
Yeah.
Is that right?
That's
Correct?
absolutely right.
All right. So before we jump into the Hive, let's talk about Jason. What made you want to get into this world?
Well, I've always been in the industry. So I've been a restaurateur. I've been a private chef. I've been a corporate chef. I've been from soup to nuts to kitchen. I started when I was 18, dishwasher. Even before that, tying pizza knots at my cousin's restaurant when I was a little kid. So I've always been in food, always loved food. And then I finally took it seriously in about 2003. This was like, I'm going to dedicate my life to this. And then I've been able to live in Turkey. I've worked in Turkey as a chef. I was a private chef for Andre Balaz, owner of the Standard Hotels. I've been a corporate chef with Delaware North. I've been an owner of my own restaurant group and my own restaurants. So I've been successful and I've failed and I've learned from others and I've continued to learn. And that was where I started. So my passion is definitely food and doing something different than most people would do. I like that. You never could learn everything in the industry.
Right. And you're a Tampa native too, right?
Born and raised Tampa, went to play in high school, graduated way back in 1994.
Wow.
Way back when I was...
Yeah, you're so old. Sorry. Did that come out? That was wrong. You're young.
Yeah. Born and raised, lived there on Davis Island, went to plant. My dad had a business there in Tampa on Del Mabry and El Prado. So I'm born and raised Tampa native.
Wow. Now, have you gone to college or
Nope.
did you learn this the
Hard knocks.
The hard knocks way? Yeah. That whole falling down, getting back up, that's the best lesson ever. I mean, it really is.
It really is. No. And you know, you said it there at the end, you got to get up. There's a lot of people I know, and I'm sure you've known that will fall down and just don't get up.
Yep.
And then it's the victim mentality and it's like, oh, woe is me. But no, just get up, dust yourself off and go.
Who are some of the, okay, so if you could say, hey, look, this is the person that kind of helped me mold me, who would that be?
Who helped mold me? Well, I got with a couple really well-known chefs, Craig D'Amico, he gave me my passion for food with Eddie Seville. They gave me my passion for food at a very young age. Mitch Frybaum and his brother Michael at Cecilia's, they gave me the need to go. Stephen Gonzalez, the owner of Catering by the Family, gave me some opportunities when I was young.
Wow.
So those things like that. And then Master Chef Lori Black, I was his executive chef. Leslie, who owns the Fly Bar in Tampa, she gave me a great opportunity with Freddie. Pretty much everyone that I've had the pleasure of working with one way or another has impacted me. I don't care if you were the best owner or the worst owner or the best chef or the worst chef. I've benefited from everything.
Right.
You have to fail and fail forward. So if I can learn from his mistake of what not to do and what not to be. So for me, it was just everyone has molded me.
Right.
And if I would have changed one thing, I wouldn't be who I am now. So at the end of the day, I can't say anyone in particular.
Any one person.
Yeah, no, I mean, because everyone. I mean, I don't have like a chef crush on anyone. You know, I don't have like, oh, he's my. No, they're all great at what they do. I've had dishwashers teach me how to, one story, and I don't mean to go off on a tangent. I was sitting there cleaning salmon one day with a big fillet knife, cleaning it, and I have this dishwasher, didn't speak very much English, Cedro. So Cedro comes with that. And he cleaned it, but he cleaned it with his hand. So he took the salmon. You only can do this with certain fish. He put a little nick in the bottom so he could grab it, took his hand in there and cleaned it with his hand, and it came off perfectly. No waste, no nothing. I was like, so for him, he taught me something that I had been doing. And it was just, so those things like that, you never know who you're going to learn from as long as you're willing to learn.
Right.
So everyone has taught me something.
That is cool. That's okay. So this, you're never supposed to ask a chef this,
Yeah.
and I know this. What is your favorite dish that you love to cook and eat?
So my favorite dish that I love to eat, and Scott, my best friend, he's going to tell me, I mean, it's my bolognese. And I go crazy on it. So there's one way to do it, and there's like my crazy way of doing it, and I just take it over the top.
So yeah, that's awesome. And that's a dish that you would not think that would be your favorite, But or that would, everybody's, all these capers and blah, blah, blah. No.
No, it's because it's the whole process. I make the ricotta from scratch. I take the whey when I split the ricotta. I save that water to boil the pasta in. So you're adding a foundation. We make the pasta from scratch. I take all that. So then I'm taking the pasta, boiling in the whey water. It's adding more cheese and foundation there. Then you're taking the ricotta and you're making quenelles out of it, keeping that off the side. Then you're doing the bolognese, grinding it in house and doing everything. And then so from soup to nuts to kitchen, everything I make except the salt and pepper. I mean, we make the butter, we take heavy whipping cream, split that, take that whey that in there and put that into the pasta water with the ricotta water in there. So, I mean, everything that's there is we've made except the salt and the pepper and made the herbs.
And I'm going to let you know now, this is why I've asked this question, because you never trust a skinny chef.
Oh, no, I'm 235 pounds.
Ever. That I've been taught that from day one. If you got a skinny chef, that means he doesn't eat his own food. He probably doesn't eat anything, so he has no idea if it tastes good or bad, right?
True story.
So, but if you're gonna get in this industry and know this industry well, then you need to have a foundation somewhere. So your foundation is
Italian.
You've been in the industry. It's not like, well, you know what? Maybe I'll go sell some stuff.
No, God, no. This is I have walked the walk and failed and talked the talk, and I've learned. So, I mean, that's where Hive came from, was after selling my restaurants and closing them and walking away. The next thing is being a consultant, and I didn't want to be a consultant. So then we started an online training platform, and then that developed into technology. Then the FRLA got involved, and the National Restaurant Association got involved, and then DigiPro Media, one of our biggest channel partners up in Pensacola, got involved, and then it just skyrocketed. Then Dining Alliance got involved, and Consolidated Concepts, and all these other bigger names got involved, and we've just been able to do what I love doing.
That's awesome. You have a
Yeah.
passion for it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So do you ever find when you go into the restaurants, you wind up eating a little bit more than you're supposed to, and like, I'm here to make sure you got the right equipment. But while I'm here,
So yeah, no, there's certain things like there. I'll drive across the state or go to other states and go to my restaurant that I love that makes something just out of this world. Joe at the Strand, he and his wife in Orlando in the Mills District, a great one. I go in there and eat him at his place anytime. Stefano, I'd go to his place. There's places that I would go just to eat the food. Paulo in Tampa, Cafe Paradiso. I'll go there and eat the same thing every time, and they know. But those things like that, I'll go there. If you're good at one thing, I'm not going to ask you. If you're good at video production, and obviously you can tell you are, I'm not going to tell you, hey, will you knit me a quilt? I'm going to say, hey, can you produce me a video? You're going to do good at it. So I would never go to someone, a chef, and go out of their comfort zone and have you make me something that I don't think that you can or that you can't execute. It wouldn't be fair to you. I'd set you up for failure.
right? Exactly.
I want to eat your best on your best day.
Right.
Or even I want to eat your best on your worst day because it's still going to be good.
Do you find that when you find that, because, and again, we're going to get to the Hive, and trust me, we're going to get there. But I have questions because I grew up in the restaurant business. I was free help for all my family's restaurants.
It's the best help.
I washed dishes, I shredded fries, I clean, whatever, right? Do you find that when you go to a certain restaurant, you order this one thing?
Yes.
See, people think I'm nuts.
No.
And they're like, we got to try their stuff. Why?
Why?
I know this is going to be great. Why not just eat that?
I'm the same way. If I know it's good, Pig Floyd's barbecue, I know Pig Floyd, it's going to be great. He's going to do it. He's going to execute it to perfection, and I'm not going to go to anything else but have his barbecue. I'm going to go eat a pizza that's going to be the best pizza. It's back to that same thing. I'm not going to have you do something you're not comfortable with.
Right.
I might try a bite of your food.
Right.
And if I like it, I might order it next time. But and then I find that when I go veer off, it's kind of like I'm disappointed because I know that I'm going to get like what I came here for. I want that. So yeah.
So
I'm
now
picky.
you not only deal with the franchises, but you deal with mom and pops.
Yeah, everybody. We have units that are up to 198 unit groups that are part of the Hive, down to the single mom and pop sandwich shop, the roaster, your coffee place, or even hotels that you frequent. So yeah, we cover the gamut. The lane that we don't touch is kindergarten through 12th grade because there's a non-compete. Other than that, 2 more years we can go in there and help the school districts and stuff. But other than that, we can help everybody.
Right. So there's nobody out there that can't say, hey, I need to call Josh because I need to update my kitchen, or I need to update my front of house, or I need to open a new place.
We have channel partners in pretty much every segment. So from everything from soup to nuts to kitchen, the only thing that we don't touch is water, electric, or alcohol. pretty much for the hospitality industry.
So when you came in and we were talking earlier, we're getting ready to go out, and then I don't know what's wrong with me because it's everybody else is locked down the whole 9 yards, and I'm thinking about, okay, we're going to open another business.
Absolutely.
And it's small business, but it's something. But you gave me more information in 2 minutes of talking to you about it. I'm like, I never thought of that. Holy crap! Why did I? Oh, that's great. That's a good idea. And so it's just amazing. So. I still want to get a little more personal. Are you married? Are you single?
Oh man, I have 4 wonderful kids. I'm
4 kids.
Nope, not married.
God bless you.
Gonna be. I have a son that's in Penn State, 21 years old, Jonathan. Then we have Maddie, and then we have Justice, and then we have Elias.
Wow.
So 21, 16, 13, and 6.
God bless you.
It's a blended family.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with
There's
that.
nothing wrong with that.
That's a great family.
That's why it's part of the hive. There's the queen bee, and then there's me, the worker bee, and
there
then
you go.
My partner, she's the queen bee as well, and so she's there's a bunch of women in my life that tell me what to do. I don't know how much personal that gets,
that is awesome.
I love it though.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
No,
because like family is a structure, and it sounds like you come from a decent sized family too.
No, actually, I'm an only child.
You're an only child?
I have half brothers and siblings that I just actually recently connected with. I'm 44, so just recently connected with them last week. But other than that, man, I love sports. I love competing. I play basketball out at the park. I still go out there, and I mean, I love it when the young guys try to
How
take
old
me
are
out.
you now?
44.
44.
I still go out there and play ball. I mean, I do the thing.
God bless you, brother.
Anytime they want to come out, cross them over and just let it, and I go down and run the other way. Hyde Park, Kate Jackson, right there.
That is
big one there since I've been a kid. Pontoon boating, I love it. I love just hanging out and being with friends, and getting away and disconnecting. I love watching movies. I don't do anything else. I listen to a bunch of books in the car. I'm always constantly learning. But when it's my turn to disconnect, I kind of either just watch a movie, play my little game at home. Other than that, I'm always on. I'm always working. My phone's actually vibrating as we've been doing this.
I was going to say, how many phone calls have you got since you've been? Yeah.
5 o'clock today, there was a bunch of things that went on for the industry. So I'm always on.
That's absolutely phenomenal. And you're easy to get a hold of. I mean,
absolutely.
So I got 54 seconds and I'll get this real quick. So we put a post out that we want to help all the mom and pop restaurants in Tampa Bay. And we just want to come over and interview them, just say, hey, how you doing? How you doing? What do you need? Give us what you got on so people can get a hold of you. Mm-hmm. And I figured I'd have like 4 or 5 people go here, go here. Someone shared to Josh, and then Jason, and then Jason, because it was Josh that changed it to Jason.
Yes.
And then I get this thing, and next thing you know, Jason's like, oh, I got these people. And then I got this list. I'm like, holy crap, and then some of the people that I've been wanting to talk to anyway.
Yeah,
so it absolutely
the owners, man, the owners and operators of all the businesses that you like in Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater, Orlando, wherever you want to go. Pretty much they're a member or they're part of the Hive.
Awesome. So hey, stay tuned. Go grab a cocktail or a beer, or some tea, whatever you want. Yeah, you have some for him too. And we'll be right back because we're going to delve into the Hive.
Absolutely.
We're back. So I got myself. You know what? This is one of my favorite drinks in the whole wide world. Cheer wine.
Cherry wine. Yeah, cherry wine.
This is good stuff. And I finally found a place up here that I can get it in the bottles. Mm-hmm. Anybody can get a can. I can go to Walmart and get a can, but I like the bottles.
Yeah, man.
And then you are doing the
Caruso's Italian style soda.
That is good stuff. That's the other addiction in my life. So let's talk about the Hive.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is the Hive?
Hive, in a way, we call it virtual operations consultants because it's a bunch of busy bees working, consultants in a way. I hate the word consultant. I couldn't call it virtual operations coaches, but I don't want to come and tell you what you're doing wrong. No one ever wants to hear about what they're doing wrong. Everyone wants to hear about how to get better at what they are doing. So the coach part comes in. You already are doing business with everyone that we already have contracts with. We just get you the best deal because we cut out the middleman. So Hive is basically a bunch of things that are in the background that save you costs, put operational down for everything from full service supply chain is what we like to call it. So if you, like our conversation, you ask me an idea, we have it from soup to nuts to kitchen. From you want to take a new concept to ready to go and out rolling, we have you covered. If you want to take an existing concept and tweak it, we can look at your operations and go in there. If you just want to do social media, we can go in there. It really comes down to what the owner operator needs or what they want. I listen, and then we make the introductions to the people you're already doing business with. We just literally know the tricks to cut out all the fat and all the bullshit, the BS.
Right.
Just to cut that out of the way and get you the best deal possible.
And that always seems to be the most daunting task that I've ever talked to anybody that has either friends of mine that have a restaurant or they're trying to open a restaurant up. It's always, okay, where do I start? Well, okay, so I've got to find a building and I've got to do this and then next thing you know, they're halfway through it and they're like, oh, this is not quite going the way we thought it was going to go, and we didn't know it was going to cost this much to. And then you help with all of that. I'm
not going to tell you what I found, even my own self. I find myself like, oh, I can open that restaurant. I can put 50 grand into it. Wait, no, I can do it for 30 because I don't have 50 yet. So I get in there and then it's like, oh shit, I only have 20. And then it's like, all right, we have the innate ability to lie to ourselves to get what we want because we want it.
Right.
I'm just going to tell you exactly. Don't ask me a question you don't want to answer to. I'm going to tell you, like, look, you say it's 50, it's going to be 150. You tell me you think you're going to be open in 3 months, you're going to be open in 6, maybe 7 months. And this is why. It's not you. These are the things that you just don't see. So those are the types of things that we kind of come in and help. And, we're not always right. We're not always wrong, but at the end of the day, we're there as a resource to help. We've already been there. We've already done that. We work learn from the big franchises down to the mom and pops, even what we've done. So that's what we do. We kind of come in and have already vetted everybody, have already the good channel partners that work well, that aren't gonna take advantage of you, that are gonna do stuff, and they're just trusted companies. That's how we just do it, and it's the busy bees behind that have done it all. You participate in deals as sweet as honey. That's pretty much that's our tagline.
Right.
And that's what we do.
So, okay, because I guarantee you someone out there is sitting there thinking exactly what I'm thinking. So if I have a awesome idea for a restaurant.
Yep.
And I want to go, you know what? It's great to ask your friends because your friends are going to go, hey, that's a really great idea. You should do that. Can they sit down with you and go,
absolutely,
this is my idea. This is my vision.
Yep.
What do you think it will cost me to get myself from A, breaking ground, to the day a customer walks in my door for the first time?
Yeah, we have the spreadsheets and the data to back it up. So you have your concept opening, what that's going to cost you to get your concept, then the pre-opening construction, then after construction, and then what's your cash plan for the next 6 months, year to 18 months to get past those things. It's not just like, what can I do to get your concept? You have a great one. It's like, what do you get for the first stage, the second stage, third stage? Technology, you do them in sprints. You develop stuff, it's a sprint. So you have this timeline and do it. So we can go from everything and tell you exactly what it's going to cost within a ballpark, do your pro forma with you, show you where you're looking at it, and not just like, oh, it cost me this, that, this. No, we're going to show you all the things that you forgot about. Oh, I didn't know how to think about pest control. Oh, I didn't think I knew how to think about ASCAP. Oh, I didn't think I needed to know about B&I. People don't even know what those are, but you have to pay to play music in your restaurant. Yeah. You have to pay someone to have cover bands playing there. They want their money, they'll shut you down. You have to be ADA compliant. There's so many things that people don't think of when they go to open these. It's not just a great idea. But then if you're going to be different from that restaurant, why just open a pizzeria? What's going to make you differently when you have 5 other ones around in your neighborhood? What's going to make them come to you? Are you telling the people what that's about? What's the story behind it? There's so much more that goes into a concept in a restaurant than just like, oh, I got a great idea.
Right.
Unless you're just buying a restaurant that's already successful, already making money, and you're just going to buy it as an asset and just keep it going and keep it going. To create something new, it's not easy. It's not. There's so many people out there fighting for the same dollar between the DSPs, or which are delivery service providers, to the ones in your neighborhood. Everyone's fighting for the same dollar. And if you're not making a splash in the ocean, you're just like a little drip, and no one sees you, and then you fizzle out and die, or you catch bottle lightning sometimes. But
So if I say I'm opening a restaurant up
Mm-hmm.
and I kind of got my location down,
Mhm.
well, can you come in there and go, let me do an analysis of
Yeah.
the area, and this may not be the location for you?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we work with RDE LLC, and what they do some for our Yum brands and some of the bigger brands. They'll go in and look at what your trade area is, your target market, your mini market, and then also tell you based on demographics of that area where you should open your next store over a 5-year plan, or even tell you in an area before you do it. You want to know what side of the street is during traffic, if there's a right turn only or a left turn in, what side are you, a corner in a plaza. There's so many things that can dictate, that give you that much more room for success. If you know, don't put it here because of here. Well, there's been 6 other restaurants here. Why haven't they succeeded?
Right.
It's a great deal, but why haven't they succeeded? Ask yourself that instead of just having that. Goes back to that lying our own self. Like, I want this, I'm going to make it happen.
Right.
We're going to back it up with data. We're going to go back and do all the trade area, target market, mini markets, and everything, and show you, like, this is why this is a good investment. Or maybe not here. Let's go down the road about 1.5 miles because there's like.
That's what I was going to ask you. Can you help with? This is not a good area, but we got an area for you.
We're commercial real estate brokers. We can do all that. Everything from soup to nuts to kitchen. We'll talk about that, but soup to nuts to kitchen, we can help through us or people that we already work with.
So here's a myth.
Yeah.
I think it's. I've been told it was a myth.
Okay.
Watch Starbucks. If
Yeah.
Starbucks puts a store there,
Absolutely.
you want to be close because they've already done
I get
their.
goosebumps. See that
Look,
right here?
look at there. See,
I get goosebumps.
Woo.
Because here's another one, and that's, you can't see it on TV, but that's goosebumps. So that's absolutely right. They've already spent the 40, 50 grand to find out what that store is and why it's going to be there, because they don't want to oversaturate an area. Same thing. What I like to do now is the Publix rule. Whenever you see a Publix going into an area, in a new area, do that, because Publix buys the buildings. They anchor that lot and they buy their building. They own it. So when you see Publix going in and doing that, or Chick-fil-A going in, because Chick-fil-A owns their buildings, they don't ground lease. They own their building and then they lease them back to themselves, and that's what business they're in. So wherever you see a Chick-fil-A, a Starbucks, or a Publix in Florida, those are pretty good areas.
Those are a good place to go,
especially when they're new construction. Absolutely.
Wow. Okay, so out on 54.
Yeah. No. When you see
They
them,
just put up a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, I think they put a new Starbucks in, Publix in, and matter of fact, they have one Publix, and then not even a mile, 2 miles down the road, there's another Publix.
and if you think
Blows my mind.
if you think about some of those things like that, it's because you see when a Publix goes in, or one of those like nice little outdoor areas, you see some other big name brands in there. They all know that because everyone's going to come there.
Right.
Everyone congregates there. If you can find something in that area and afford the stuff, it's a pretty good indicator that you have a higher chance of succeeding in an area like that than going down the road where no one's going to get your traffic.
Right.
Because everyone's going to that Publix parking lot or that area over here where there's, but you got to get in at the right time though.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
You know, don't wait till it's been there for 5
Yeah.
years.
No, you don't want to do that.
And you're gonna
Yeah.
kind of lose, right?
Yeah.
Jeez. When kind of. So, what does it take to get your services? I mean, you charge you.
So there's all different levels to participate in our supply chain management. It depends on what you want. Everyone gets rebates. Everyone signs up, no matter what kind of restaurant, hotel, whatever. We can do rebates all day long. All of our services where we are the busy bees and we introduce you to our channel partners, our legal services through Orlando Law Group or any of these people like that, that costs you nothing. You're just going to get it at a discount. If you need me to come in and now you hire us as a consultant part, that's based on the job. So it's based on what you need and what you want. But we typically don't try to do that with a lot of the smaller mom and pops or people, just because you might only have 250 grand, and if I give you a $25,000 bill, not saying that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's a hard pill to swallow. But
Right.
when you go tell that to a franchise that has 100 units,
Right.
they do that all day long. So you got to know who you're selling it to and do it. But our services, we have a bunch of restaurants right now that are under development. That in Tampa and Henderson, there's one that's going in. We have another one that's coming in downtown St. Pete and Bradenton and Sarasota. They're opening 3 at the same time. So we'll go in and help them because we can do that. Hold their hand through the process. I'm not going to charge them,
Right.
but at the end of the day, you're gonna end up bringing business back to the Hive some way or form or fashion.
Cool. So I say I have a restaurant, right?
Yep.
And I'm like, oh God, it's not going like I thought it was because I did everything myself.
Yep.
And I need help.
You can call us and we'll do that.
And you'll come in and take a look at.
And that we're going to charge you just to look at it. I'm going to
Yeah.
ask you to just look at your P&L. I don't want to look at an Excel spreadsheet. I'm going to look at your invoices and do that because anyone can fudge that. We call it pencil fudging. Pencil fudging is the worst. You go to buy a restaurant, I can give you a P&L that my daughter did and it makes it look good. I want to see your invoices, your bank statements, and I can tell you where you're too high on labor, too low on this, or you're paying way too much for that. There's a formula that goes with being successful.
Right.
And if you'd be so surprised how many mom and pops look at their phone and their bank account on a Monday so that they can order food for a Tuesday or Wednesday or make payroll that Thursday. It's even worse on a payroll week. Right. Because they have to get you don't get your batch on Saturday or Sundays. So Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday, y'all going on Monday or Tuesday morning. So you have to float and get through the weekend to make sure you can do. So if you're not looking at that and you're just kind of judging your business on what you can do by your phone, it's tough. There's no roadmap. I tell people, you sure you want to do this? I ask them, why do you want to do this? I want you to save your $200,000. I can take $200,000 and buy a piece of property, then you waste this because the chances are stacked against you unless you know what you're doing.
I hate to ask this question, but it's the hard truth. What's the failure rate of a brand new restaurant?
First year, 90%.
90%. Yeah.
And it's just because they lie to themselves and they either don't have enough money to carry in the 18 months.
Right.
It's not that you can't fail. It's until you hit your break-even point is when the deck is then stacked in your favor. If you can't make your rent and all your fixed costs until you hit that break-even point, the variable costs, your food and your costs of goods, that's all in your favor. Your profit margin goes exponentially the other way. But if you don't know I need to sell 1,000 burgers a week to break even.
Right.
As soon as I hit 1,100, I'm making profit because now it's only on labor costs and food costs.
Yep.
A lot of restaurants don't know what even their break-even. It's a simple formula. You can go online and Google it. Sorry.
All right. So you heard that right here. You need to get a hold of Jason, let him take care of you. If you got questions, give him a call. I mean, I'm pretty sure he'll give you a straight answer going, hey, this is what it's going to be. This is how it's going to be. And we can help you out. Or you're so far in deep right now, we can help you sell everything.
Okay. And we've done that.
All right. So we'll be right back. Again, freshen your coffee, tea, drink, whatever you got. And we'll be right back. Everybody, welcome back. Focus on business, and boy, have we focused. So, you've heard of the Wizard of Oz. This is the Restaurant Whisperer, and I'm going to let you know now. We're pulling back the veil of all the hidden stuff that you just think, oh, there's no way I could be as big as some of these and order like some of these people. This man's going to show you how.
We can, yeah.
Let's talk about that.
All right. So I'm not. This segment's not going to make a lot of people happy, and we're going to make some people upset. So when you're ordering from one of your food purveyors, it could be any of them. When that person comes in, they're on commission, so they can move and they can do some certain things with a sliding scale. Others, when they come in and say, "Hey, I'm going to save you money in your merchant services," they are on a MLM kind of style thing. They get a commission and they get volume, they get stuff like that. And it's not an MLM. I don't mean that in a bad way. They get commission. It's all commission. That's pretty much anyone in that industry is commission. Very seldomly do they get like a small commission check. So what the bigger groups do, they have their national accounts. They have their national accounts with Shoes for Crews. They have their national accounts with DirecTV. They have their national accounts and deviations and rebates already pre-negotiated, and it's called manufacturer distribution agreements and direct manufacturer agreements and all this cloak and dagger kind of stuff. And we know how that works. So when you know how that roadmap works, that minefield, you can kind of go around it. So if you have a restaurant and you're doing that, you can join our group, and then it's cost you nothing. You're still going to pay DirecTV, but you're going to get a 25% discount and then 20% off of your monthly bill and 25% off your NFL Sunday ticket. One of our clients alone, I'm not going to say their name, but they have 9 units No, they have 9 units, and we saved them 25 grand just on their DirecTV loan.
Oh my.
And that's a year on just DirecTV. Then that same person said we need to have a meeting every Monday. So then we go back in there, then we did supply chain for them. We took they were with one competitor, and we showed them what our contract prices are that they wouldn't tell them. All right, well, we're getting a drop ship per case price on frozen cod, but you're getting a $2.56 every time they drop a case. So you think you're getting a great price. Might seem good, but did they tell you that purveyor of that frozen cod has a 40-pound case that they can sell you, and you're only going to pay $2.56 versus for the same way you're doing it right now, 4 cases, I just saved you $7.50 if you order a 40-pound case, and then that was just without even touching anything. If you just do business as usual, we're able to go in and do that. So we work very well with some of our partners. Some partners don't like us; they have rules. So some of the bigger ones, they say, "All right, Jason, you have to have 5 units or $1 million in purchasing for us to load the contracts that you're part of." We're part of a bigger group, Dining Alliance. So Dining Alliance loads contracts, deviations, and stuff. So some of the bigger groups like GFSs and Cheneys and Cisco's and all those guys, they say you have to have this. They put rules on it. Mm-hmm. In the state of Florida, our Cheney Brothers partners, they loaded the contracts with the Buyer's Edge platform and RPP. They'll load deviations. Today we did one for one of our clients. We saved him 11.6% on his food from one purveyor to switch to Cheney Brothers. A lot of people don't want to, but we have rules. But he's going to save 11%. That's 3% profit
Right.
to his bottom line that I just put back in his pocket. And he doesn't pay me. He doesn't order me. He just participates. Everything we do is participation. That's from merchant service to social media to gas to electric to DirecTV to food to Wi-Fi to print to merch. We give you the group's purchasing power of $17 billion in purchasing power. That's part of the bigger alliance that Dining Alliance brings to the table in Integra. Those are the types of things that we're able to leverage, those types of things. So Hive is a part of that. We can access that. We can full service supply chain. Doesn't matter what you want, what you need. All I need is a descending dollar report. I can show you a market basket. If you just want to sign up for rebates, give me your customer number and where you want the checks mailed to. And every quarter, after your first 2 quarters, because you're always a quarter behind,
Right.
you'll start getting rebate checks.
So I can have 1 or 2 and still get like the big boys.
Yeah, you can have 1 unit as long as my minimum to participate in some of our stuff, you need to order $1,000 a week in food. Minimum orders, at least 1 order at a time, and we can do damage. I've seen some of our accounts that we've done some stuff for 20% off of what they're paying for the same food, going from one purveyor to our purveyor with Cheney Brothers. And that's huge when you're talking about trying to be successful.
Right.
That's 6% net profit to your bottom line that I just did by just making an introduction. It's up to you. We have another group that has 3 restaurants. On 3 of his restaurants alone, we saved $127,000 just on food, $43,000 on his merchant service, his paper goods, his plastic. We do custom packaging through some of our channel partners, CMI Pack. They do all the Chili's, the Earl sandwiches.
Right.
They do all of the 7-Eleven to-go boxes. They do all of their stuff. Saving another 8% on his paper goods. His DirecTV was about $9,000. Everything. So all said and done on this group that has 3 restaurants that participate, we saved them over about $213,000. They don't write me a check. I get paid on the back end because all of our stuff. This is the big question. People want to know how we get paid.
Right.
So when you're part of that, you take all, like if we were using this as an example, if there was 1,000 restaurants buying this soda, we aggregate it all together. Then I go to the manufacturer of this and say, hey, here's the data. We're moving 100,000 cases of that a month. You're going to give me a deviated price, a contract price from the manufacturer at this dollar amount, and you're going to give me so much a case price on a rebate. That's it. So then I take that piece of paper, and then we can either go and negotiate with your vendors on your behalf,
Right.
and we'll put a percent in there, 1%
Right.
or something or whatever, to participate in that deal because we have the contract
Right.
that says this is what they're pricing. It's a cost plus program. So that's going to cost you this plus whatever it is for your current purveyor to deliver to you to do stuff like that. So that's the kind of like how that works. Cost plus programs, deviations, off invoice pricing, rebates. They're all there. You get a rebate on your phone. You get a rebate on your car. You get a manufacturer rebate on a computer. They're all out there. But when you're ordering 300 or 400 line items of food a month, and then running your business, being the plumber, being the electrician, being the hostess, being the chef, being the manager, being all that. You don't have time to go look at General Mills and look at what their limited time offers are on a $10 per case for this for 3 months and get that money back. We have the platform that can do that.
You handle it all.
So that ingestion engine, it takes it, we get ours from the manufacturer, and we take a little piece of that, and you participate. That's
amazing.
where we make our money. That's how Hive and the bigger groups, the bigger GPOs, group purchasing organizations work. And we just happen to be part of a very big one.
Dang. So look, I'm sitting there going, I could open a restaurant. I should open a restaurant.
You can. You can. We're going to put you that much further ahead than if you were just opening one and saying, hey, calling your phone book, hey, I need linen. Hey, I need this. Hey, I need trash. Hey, I need all that is negotiable. You just don't know it. If you don't, look.
No, wait a minute. You're telling me that even the trash?
Wait, there's contracts on all that kinds of stuff that as long as you know what to do and you know what to do on certain things. Look, Michael Jordan said, Wayne Gretzky said, you only miss 100% of the shots you don't take. You can negotiate anything. Worst thing they're going to tell you is no, but it's your hard-earned dollar. Right. If you can get that back, why not get it? We can help get that. We can help introduce it with the contracts that are already in place, with other ones that we've already negotiated, and save you money. Even coffee. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you want. Equipment, coffee, everything except water, electric, alcohol.
That is amazing.
And you participate only. You can ask any of our members. You can go on our Facebook page, you can go on our Google and see any of the people that work that you eat and just see what they have to say, and they participate. That's it.
Wow. Okay. So now who are some of your, can we talk about some of the partners?
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about some of the partners.
Yeah. So on the partner page, we own several companies. So we have on that page, you're going to see Hive Locale, which is our social media, Hive University, which is our online training platform. That's our LMS where people can do that. Print Cure is our print shop that does all of our print for all of restaurants. Cheney Brothers is one of our strategic channel partners in the Carolinas, Georgia, and Florida. Brisk Coffee and Ebor, we have contract pricing with our coffee with them. Hive Locale is our social media print merchandise arm. Fourth, which has been bought which bought Choice HR, which does a lot of stuff from Ford's Garage to everybody, is now partnered with Hot Schedules. We're with them. NBA, Modern Business Associates, is another payroll PEO company. Boss Defrost has a great piece of equipment that basically will defrost something pays for itself. It's a great little thing. I could talk about that for hours. Jolt Software is one of our channel partners out of Salt Lake City. They have an online tablet. They are strategic channel partners of ours. Apiary Title, which is our title company for when we have to do title searches and everything. Bay Area Wholesalers are one of our local ones here in Tampa. DigiPro Media is one of our strategic channel partners with the National Restaurant Association and all 50 state restaurant associations. RDE LLC is one of our partners that will give you the trade area, mini market, target market. Access Group will pay you $543 per employee if they watch a video every month on a FICA tax credit. Dragonfly is one of our ones that does social media Wi-Fi for stupid little price. And if you've been to any of the big places that you would not even realize they do your Wi-Fi. Yeah. American Culinary Federation is another one. Heartland Payroll Systems, POS. Dining Alliance is our channel partner. Buyer's Edge is another ingestion engine. Consolidated Concepts does a lot of our bigger groups. Fresh Concepts is another GPO for produce. Source One does hotels and casinos. Florida Restaurant Lodging Association. Cazzini Brothers. Fat Merchant. Virtual Business Solutions, Secure Systems. It goes on. These are our partners. Everything from oil. Then we have our partners do everything from legal. So we're partnered with one of the largest law firms in the state of Florida, the Orlando Law Group. She does everything from negotiating your leases, looking at that, making sure our members are taken care of, full service, everything that they need. They do everything from trademark, logos, patent, filing your stuff. We have you covered on anything.
So that's one of the things that I have heard from the independent restaurant guys that when they started, that they thought they had done a good job with their lease, and they got taken to the cleaners.
Happens all the time.
So you really need to. It's good to have an attorney, but if you have an attorney that knows what they're doing,
that does that. You don't go to all right. Back to our acronym before. You don't go to a Chinese restaurant and have them make you Italian food.
Right.
You go to an attorney that specializes, that knows leases, not your friend, not your buddy, and you pay them. You pay someone for that. You pay them, and they tell you, and then you hold them accountable if it's not right, and then you have a recourse. You're not going to go take your best friend. unless they're a family member. You're not going to take your best friend to court. You feel bad, but you pay someone, you do that, because that's going to set you up for down the road when you need to get out of it. You need a written abatement. You need TI money. You need release of funds. You need to be not a personal guarantee. And can you negotiate that where you fall off the personal guarantee after a year? There's so many different things that you can do where you're not a PG on a lease and on the hook for $500,000 if you fail in year 2.
Right.
So there's just so many different things that we can help with, or at least guide you, and if we can't, we can put you in contact with other owners that can, like, hey, look, you need to talk to Jeff. Jeff's going to tell you he's been down that road before. Don't believe me, believe him.
Talk to someone who's been there.
Talk to other channel partners of ours that we can help you with.
All right, so that's why they call this man the restaurant whisperer. And when we come back, we're going to really dive down into, I think we're going to talk about, I want to talk about the Hive University.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit when we come back. And then we're going to find out, we're going to let you know how to get a hold of this young man and help you, whether you're starting, you're in over your head already, or you're looking to expand. You never know. Because you know what? Your first one may have done really well, and you're like, hey, it's time to go bigger. And you need someone that really knows what they're doing. Way more than, I know, don't call me, because as long as you cook good, I'm good. So just saying. We'll be right back after these. All right, we're back, and guess what? We're going to get some learning.
Yeah.
Everybody knows me, knows I'm an old cracker boy. So now, if you then go to your website,
Yeah.
right? And I think it's hivevoc.com.
Yep.
And on there, so I'm looking at it going, well, how do I learn all this stuff? And you actually have the Hive University.
Yeah.
What is the Hive University?
So that was what actually where we pivoted. We made this technology a long time ago where most restaurants, I wanted to be able to train my staff the way I thought. No more giving them a test and you get hired and then it was gone away. I wanted something I could create a test, a quiz, and push it out to everybody within 5 minutes and go on about my day. So we built the Hive University for that, by a restaurant owner, for restaurants, and for the hospitality industry. So it can go on there. It can take your bar test, your menu test. It can take your food test. It can take tests. You either can watch videos on some of these ones that are on here, alcohol compliance, responsible vendors, bar basics, bourbon, and take these tests. Or each restaurant has their own menu test. Each restaurant has their own bar test or their own steps of service or their own employee handbook. You can upload it on there and track if everyone's watched it. You can make it part of your onboarding. You can do just about anything and everything on there. You can look at analytics. If you had a multi-unit group, you can look at all 50 units and going down to one single employee to the whole company as a whole. You can push things out. You don't have to print them anymore. You can get certificates on there. We've done a really good job on the Hive University. That's just one of our platforms that we have as a members of the Hive, we give it to them for free. So I mean, we let them use it.
So if I want to keep my staff educated,
They can use, as long as you're a member of the Hive, we're going to give it to you.
remember your Hive, then
You get access to it. Yeah.
that is absolutely phenomenal. So okay, so this is how we work here, right? Now we record on Wednesdays, and this gentleman right here, his phone is blowing up left and right. So here's some stuff, if you don't mind.
Oh yeah, no.
That just came down of what's going to go on for phase 1 of opening up Florida, and I'm gonna let Jason tell you some stuff that's going on.
Yeah, we're in all these fun meetings. So restaurants may offer outdoor seating with 6-foot space between tables and indoor seating of up to 25% capacity. And that's going to start Monday. No bars yet. Bars won't open. And it will be phase 1 until he decides to go to phase 2. No time frame on it. So basically what it is, when they signed the executive order 2071 and 2052, one of the orders said no food, no alcohol consumed on premise is prohibited. So that's when they closed them all. Then they did the state of emergency one on March 9th.
Right.
And that order, it said that it had 60 days from the date of that, for that order, and it will expire, which expires May 8th. So if he doesn't change anything and if he doesn't do anything, May 8th at 12:01 a.m., you can do it with whatever parameters, because this is going to go into an executive order. This is going to come into order. I'm assuming that this will be out tonight. But with that being said, unless he extends it, we're good to open with the rules. It's crazy what happens, and it comes in as we're sitting here. All my restaurant owners and operators are asking me, hey, what does this mean? But 25% indoors and outdoors, and they're not going to be anything.
Now, so in your supply chain world, in your world,
yes,
not only are you here for restaurants, but you're actually helping out with masks.
Big time.
The real masks.
They're real masks.
Right. Okay.
So again, back to, I'm sure everyone out here knows that your friend or someone's calling you up, hey, do you know when I'm helping broker these? No one's selling. They might tell you they're selling masks, but no one's getting masks. And that's the problem with the supply chain. There's a certain way they do business behind it. You have proof of purchase orders, letter of intent, and then you have inspection, and then they have, proof of funds and all kinds of stuff, lawyer to lawyer, distribution centers. So there might be a manufacturer that makes the masks, but then there's 15 or 20 distribution centers. All those distribution centers are being over inundated with, hey, can I get these masks and can I do that? And then there's a step and process.
Right.
So we are pivoted in the last probably week or two here with one of our strategic channel partners, DigiPro, and the Orlando Law Group, to actually start doing some of the supply chain for KN95 and N95 masks.
Right.
And on like the multi-million-dollar, $20 million of the minimum, 20 million pieces are the smallest orders that they'll move on up to.
20 million.
There's not a problem with product. There's not a problem with stuff to make the product. There's a problem of the distribution, because everybody's out there trying to say they can get it. Chances are, even if you've been on Amazon, you can look and see it's not available until a certain day, and that's if the restrictions are left up. Then they found a way around that. DHL said it could be packaged under a 35 kilogram package, and there's different ways you can get it. But typically, there's one set of prices right now from the manufacturers that we see for one sector, and then the private sector is totally different way to get it. Everything's going out right now to the healthcare and all that kind of stuff first. But those are just things that if you don't know that, and even we're learning, that was in between the break. My
I literally had a phone call come in about the mask. That's amazing.
So our partner, we just sitting back and said, hey, we need to get on this right now with one of our big people, and then it's going to move out, and there'll be 20 million masks that'll go out next week to places that need it, and then it'll continue to happen. But those are types of things. So we don't just cover just the hospitality.
Right.
We cover any kind of sector. So we can help with merchant service, because we are a provider for TSYS, WorldPay, Evalon, all the big ones. We cut out the middlemen. We do all that. So we can help any kind of industry. You do payroll, you do PEO, you do HR. We have partners with everything on that. You need a POS system for your lawn care. We have partners for all that. So it's not, we focus on supply chain for the hospitality industry. That is our focus. That is what the Hive does. But we can cross over into many segments and kind of help.
That is absolutely phenomenal.
It's not just me. There's a bunch of busy bees behind the scenes.
I was
There's
gonna
a
say,
team.
yeah.
There's a lot of people that work hard. Sean, Cece, Kat, Catherine. There's a bunch of them. There's Darnell. There's Mike. There's Michael. There's a bunch of people. Excuse me if I haven't forgot. There's Harry. There's tons of people behind the scenes that do this, that are constantly out there working and doing that. Morgan, she does all of our new business development. There's all kinds of people out there that are part of it, that run the companies and the different heads of the companies that we own.
So what's the best way to get a hold of you guys?
Easiest, the hardest number you ever remember is 833 Hive VOC.
Hive VOC. 833?
833 HIVE-VOC. Or just go to hivevoc.com and contact us, and one of our busy bees will get back to you and reach out.
I love the busy bee thing.
Yeah, man. And if you're a restaurant and you just want to sign up, you can go in there and on the main page, log in, create an account, and upload all your information on that login right there. And you'll be able to create your own profile, and you can send and share your information in there securely, and we'll be able to immediately start saving you money. On the front page here, Save Small Businesses US, and on that's our main page with that banner there. But we're part of a bunch of bigger initiatives: Bridge the Gap Bama, Save California Businesses, Save Florida Business, Save Small Business US. We were on the call the other day with the US Chamber of Commerce to help with some of these initiatives that we are. So we're entrenched with trying to help this engine get back up and going, and trying to just be a resource and do some good, man.
Yeah, that's my worry. Is they're going to let the floodgates open, and everybody's going to think, well, the floodgates are open now, everything's back to normal. We're not going to be back to normal, I don't think, until 90 to 180 days out. I think 6 months.
This is going to change the way the industry is. There's the sanitary, the sanitation in the front, the condiment bars. The biggest segment that's going to be hardest hit are going to be your buffets, your condiment station, your the salad bars. Those are going to be the biggest things that are they're going to be the hardest hit. They're not going to, because the contact with the tongs, the spoons, the wiping it down, that's going to be the segment. It's going to be the biggest hit, as well with the bars, the venues, how that's going to play out and placate. It's going to be tough. Yeah, that's going to be tough.
I just don't see us, because we in my world, we do home shows, cons, all that kind of stuff. That I don't think we're going to see that till next year.
I agree.
If
I had to speculate, it'll come back next year, because people are going to want to go out once this goes away, and once they see if it is as bad as it is, or what happens after it clears. It will get back, but will it be back to the way it was? The new norm is not the way it was.
No.
The restaurant that was 5 years ago is not the same restaurant before COVID. And post-COVID now, that what you were able to do on 100% occupancy, you're now going to have to do on 2/3 occupancy, because you're going to have a 6-foot table, no congregating at the bar. So now you have to look at how your business is run, what's your 30, 60 day and 90-day cash plan, what is your plan to get back open and do kinds of stuff. So there's a lot more just to think about. You're going to see touchless, motion sensor, hand washing sinks, dryers. The Dyson dryers are the ones that everything's gonna be touchless. The heel open doors, for your doors coming in.
Right.
Sanitizers in the front, hand washing sinks maybe in some of these restaurants as they do it. Training on sanitation, how single use menus, cashless payment systems. Being able to put order in through technology from your phone.
Right.
You're going to see a lot of the change in the way we do the business. A lot of the restaurants that are out there right now, it's a good thing though, is that some of these larger DSP providers are now going to have an influx of the mom and pops doing their own delivery. When we were kids, you could order your pizza and it was delivered by the dishwasher.
Yep.
So a lot of the restaurants now are going to be able to do that, because when they actually do some of the math, it's cheaper for you to pay them more of the insurance and keep that 30% for yourself, and then keep that revenue.
Correct.
And then what's also going to happen is it's going to make those delivery service providers take their fees from 33 to 30% down more to actually compete. So there's going to be some good things. Sad part is some of these restaurants aren't going to open, but it's going to be good for the people who want to open them. There's going to be higher quality management, higher quality servers, higher quality, people that are need jobs that are going to be fighting for it. So there's a big thing that has to get that engine going. How you're going to do it? Is there going to be another where they're going to close it down in a week or two? No one knows.
Yeah, that's my only worry. To be honest with you, is that we're going to go out and we're going to spike all of a sudden, and then 30 days.
Yeah.
30 days.
Well, you're at home right now, and you're not your immune system, you're cleaning everything, you're disinfecting everything. Your body's made to like ingest antibodies and make its own. So when you're kind of weakening your immune system while you're sitting at home sheltering. So when you go back out and you get to the pollen, you might just have more of allergic reaction to just your normal allergies than you did if you were out every day.
Someone said that the other day. They said, you know what? I've been staying home all this time, and now I go outside, and the pollen, which used to get me a little bit, and is just tearing me up.
Your body needs it.
Yeah. So it's like
there's a bunch of things that we're going to see. It's going to unroll and have effect.
Absolutely. Well, I tell you what, I've learned a lot, and I know he's got to go do something after that. So I'm probably going to ask him one day next week or when we can go out to eat. I want to sit down with you for just one-on-one.
Yeah.
Because
let's do that.
The new thing that we want to start, I think you can help us with. And look, if you're a restaurant out there that you're either thinking about it, or you're in the middle of it, or now that you've been affected by all this, and I got to rethink all this, that's your man right there. He can help. Join that group. Get on board. I love the fact that I can get training and all that kind of stuff. That's absolutely phenomenal.
Absolutely.
Blows my mind. So you can go to the hivevoc.com.
Yep.
And 833
Hive VOC.
Hive VOC and get a hold of him. And you know what? Thanks you for watching tonight. I know that we've been running some other shows because some of my clients are like, yeah, we're going to hold off. So we're doing a lot of reruns on this, but this one will run for definitely a couple of times because this is the man that knows what he's talking about. We'll see everybody next week on A Focus on Business.